Hello everyone and welcome to week 4 of our Bookoplathon vlogs. This is going to be our last one of the month. As you can hear in the background, Sophia's having fun with trains, so sorry if it gets a bit loud. We've just logged into the library app to finish reading Meet Cute Diary and our loan has expired and it's been returned. So it looks like we're going to be finishing that in November. Probably for the best because we nearly DNF'd it because we weren't liking the main character. Sean says he thinks it's almost given us a reading slump. I think it's just because I'm tired and my brain's not really functioning anymore. I also think I have a sinus infection, which is nice and fun because it just feels like all my teeth are falling out and I've been punched in the eye a lot. As you can see, Ezra has gotten up to join us. Bum to the face. Thank you, son. We'll carry on with As Good as Dead, I guess, and maybe read something else. I managed to read a chapter of right there. I managed to read a chapter of Reawakened yesterday. It was good. I'm enjoying it. There's like an Egyptian mummy that's come back to life and he's somehow linked himself to our main character. So if he gets hurt, then she gets hurt.
Are you reading Yu-Gi-Oh?
I don't know what that means because I don't read nerd stuff. Watch nerd stuff. Controversial opinion.
I think this is not nerd stuff.
That's what he says. But yeah, so we'll try and carry on with As Good as Dead, but also that's a physical signed copy with sprayed edges and I don't like reading fancy books near the children. And I've managed to read one chapter yesterday and nothing today. So will we finish another book this month, Sean? Probably not.
Well, I have finished. I'm probably going to end up finishing like the whole of the Sherlock series on audiobook, which is fun.
He never reads more than me! He's reading so much more than me. Apparently you have just had a glow up. Now you're 26.
I'm actually going to have to actually do reviews and wrap-ups, I feel, to head out.
It'll just be me, like, I've read half a book. Here's Sean. He can
I
take
also
over.
read
Oh,
half a book.
Ezra just bit my arm. I'm gonna go now. Bye. It's Saturday. Sunny and I have just filmed my first ever read with me. I just read 22 pages of Reawakened by Colleen Hooke. It's going good still. Amon is an Egyptian who has somehow come back to life. Like, he was in a museum and then he wasn't part of the museum exhibit anymore. He woke up and he's linked to our main character Lily. So a lot's going on in this one. About 70 pages in. Really enjoying it. We managed to read a bit more of As Good as Dead earlier. Absolutely loving it. I'm just really struggling to concentrate on it and my throat's hurting, so reading out loud to Sean is a massive drain. Hoping to get about halfway through that today, but in an ideal world, if I'd woken up actually feeling okay today, we would have been finishing it. Nearly fell asleep filming the read with me because I was awake for like 4 hours in the night, and I was like, oh, I'll vlog for a bit because I was reading T.I.G.E.R.S by Bennett, and Sean had really helpfully brought my vlog phone upstairs and I'd left it downstairs, so I was downstairs looking for it for like half an hour, then gave up, went back to bed, didn't find it until this morning. But I'm about halfway through T.I.G.E.R.S and it's basically just repeating what happened in books 1 and 2, which I'm not the most impressed by. It's got more atmosphere and a lot more tension than the first 2 books had, but it just feels like Emmy Bennett has gone, I could write the first 2 books better now, so I'll use book 4 to just rewrite the first 2 again. I don't really understand. It just seems like it's a very repetitive series, and I think if I was reading them closer together rather than reading them when they're released, I probably would have DNF'd. What else? That's pretty much it. We've managed to read a little bit more. Still probably not going to finish any more books this month. And oh my god, thinking about filming Hook a Duck is just giving me such pain because I've done 2 books out of the TBR. No, not even that. We've finished 2 books this month and only one of them was actually on our Hook a Duck TBR, and I don't even know what I want to read next month. I don't know if we're going to read anything next month, so filming Hook a Duck is going to be a nightmare. But we're going to go over to Mum's later to watch Strictly, because that should help my brain a little bit. It's fun, the babies enjoy it, it gives me a chance to zone out and not feel guilty about it. Work tomorrow, but I like working on Sundays because they're quick days, they're 2 hours shorter than my regular days, so hopefully get some reading done then as well. But yeah, at least I've read 22 pages today, and I'll try and get a bit more of As Good as Dead done when Sean gets back. I don't know what this is, but while I was filming the read with me, I had a letter delivered, and I thought it was just going to be like junk mail, but it's the most gorgeously like designed letter I have ever received in my life. It's been hand delivered by somebody, so it's somebody who knows where I live, but it's got this little wax with the imprint of the anatomically correct heart, and it's beautiful, and I don't know what it is, but I love it, and I don't want to open it because I don't want to ruin it, but I want to open it because what is it? It's just so beautiful.
Yeah, very, very cool.
I'm gonna have to open it.
Yeah. Do you want me to get you a knife?
Would that be easier? I have a letter opener from one of the book boxes. We might have to find it. We're totally gonna have to.
I don't know where a knife is. I don't know where scissors are.
But I can find my letter opener. It's fine. I know how to open it today. I can open it tomorrow.
Alright.
But it's so pretty.
So we stay tuned to part 2 of the fancy letter. Remember to like and subscribe to find out what it is.
Like this?
Comment down below if you know what it's going to be.
Why do you like this?
What? Got a plug?
All that self-promo.
Yeah. That's what everyone does. Because you forget. Oh.
Can I pry it without ruining it forever? I'm too nervous. Too nervous, don't want to.
Can we just get you some scissors?
No, because I think scissors are drawing it too. Just slow and steady wins the race. See?
Oh, you're doing it that way.
The other side wasn't stuck.
Ah.
Now I could do with scissors. It's okay, because if I rip that tiny little bit, at least the wax is okay. This is the most stressful letter I have ever opened.
Would it be more stressful than your uni application?
Because that was all emails.
More stressful than the house?
Oh, it is a Halloween party. Oh
Cute.
my gosh.
Alright. Well, I assume we
Oh
can't.
my
We
gosh.
can't. I assume we can't show what it actually says on the inside. But
no,
it's
but
very
it's
cool.
gorgeous, yay!
Right.
Oh my gosh. Isn't it beautiful?
It is.
It is the end of Sunday. I finished Tigers today, and it was predictable as hell. And by predictable as hell, I mean I finished book 3 and was like, I think that this means this, and this is going to happen in the next book, and it was exactly what happened. So I think I enjoyed it because it was a book I actually managed to finish. Yeah, it was I expected to feel how I felt about it. Greer, the main character, is still annoying as hell. There is still very much a love triangle, even if it pretends there isn't. They went to India, which was interesting. I wasn't expecting them to go to India, but that was nice. There were tigers. That should have been expected based off of the title, but there were more tigers than I'd anticipated, and I like tigers. You didn't read it with me. I don't know why I'm looking at you for inspiration. I think I'm giving it a 3-star. Yeah, we'll go with a 3-star. It didn't annoy me as much as the first one. It didn't annoy me as much as the second one, but I didn't like it as much as the third one, so we'll sit on a 3-star. I'm still going to read the next one because I'm trash, even though this one did nothing to further the plot. It was like, hey, let's fly to India, do nothing for a whole book, and then fly back.
Was there even any world building?
Not really. I mean, because the big twist that came and the big like world building thing was so predictable at the end of book 3 that it didn't really add anything. It was just like, oh no, we've got to discover this big secret, which is really obvious. And then it got to the end and it was like, this really obvious secret has been revealed, obviously.
And it's obvious.
Nice segue here to As Good as Dead. We think we've figured out who did it.
Unfortunately.
And if they did, I am actually going to be thoroughly disappointed. Sean's scooching his way under here.
I have an Ezra down here who's asleep on me. And snoring
Baby
his
head.
nose.
Baby head. But yes, if it is what we think it is, it's actually going to have disappointed us, which is going to be heartbreaking because this was both of us put this on our most anticipated books of 2021.
Yeah.
Sean didn't officially do a list. This was one of my bonus books because it hadn't actually been announced at that point. But we thought this was going to be an easy 5-star, and based on the fact that we're nearly halfway through and it seems to be going in a certain direction, I'm a bit sad. It's like
Becoming a bit formulaic almost.
it's one of those things when the really smart main character is thinking too hard about the thing, so they're coming up with all of these like wild and wacky conspiracy theories of who might have done the thing, and they're not touching on the really obvious answer at all, and it makes the really obvious answer the obvious answer even more. Because I said to Sean about 100 pages in, I was like, I think it was this person, and Sean was like, whoa, that would be really cool. But now when Pip should be thinking, yes, I think it's that person because there's lots of evidence that points towards them, she's got about 3 or 4 other suspects, which makes me think it's definitely gonna be this person that's done it. And it kind of breaks my heart if it is, because it's trying too hard to not cast suspicion on them.
Yeah.
When it would be more interesting if it was like, oh, I think it's this person, and it actually was.
Yeah, by not casting suspicion on them and not having our main character think about them, it almost feels a bit like a sort of like a character assassination from the previous Pips. Because the previous Pips would have cracked
The
this
previous
down.
Pips, yeah. I
Would have
mean,
absolutely, like, got this down.
that kind of works with like everything else that she's got going on, but it still just doesn't feel
feels
very authentic. I don't know though, because we do still have like 300 pages to go, so it might not be who we think it is. We might be feeling a bit apprehensive about this for no reason. I can hope. If it's anybody else, I think I'm going to be so blown away that I'm going to give it 5 stars. But if it is the person that we think it is, I'm going to feel a bit cheated by the fact that this was as long as it is, because if it is who I think it is, it doesn't need to be that long.
Yeah, if it carries on how it is, it's going to feel like a really well-made fan fiction.
But I also don't know how it's going to be another 300 pages. There's got to be lots more that goes on. There's got to be lots more that's going to happen, because we're not even halfway through yet, and
we're more than halfway through the mystery.
Yeah, it feels like we're like really close to the end. But then I guess, oh god, what's going to happen? I'm still interested in it. I'm still enjoying it, but like, geez, I'm just not as hyped as I was.
What's going to happen is they're all going to go for a dinner party on an island with a boat that appears every 4 hours, and it's going to be another murder mystery.
Yeah. I love you. Right, we're going to go to bed. I don't think I'm going to bother reading in bed. I think I'm just going to play Song Pop and try to actually get some sleep. And then we'll try and read some more As Good as Dead tomorrow, and I might read something else while I'm at work, but I probably won't.
I'm going to go and run and put some Pokemon into Pokemon gyms.
Ooh, thank you.
So, go and get those coins. That
He-
grind.
I'm just going to get a bed.
Money.
He can do that.
Maybe.
It is Tuesday. I've just finished work. Finally managed to get past page 100 of Reawakened during my lunch break, and they are in Egypt now, so that is progression. I'm still really enjoying it. I'm just still struggling to concentrate on reading. So what I've done instead is start Red Tigress by Emilia Wenzhou. Let me see if I can show you the cover. Reading it on my library app on my other phone. Basically, I was meant to read Red Tigress when it came out, and I didn't. And now I am. I don't know why, but I thought that I might as well start it. It actually would fit one of our Bookoplathon prompts, because we were meant to read a book with a colour in the title. It was going to be 6 Crimson Cranes. Now it's Red Tigress, so I've got 2 days to try and finish it. It's not going to happen. But at least I'm reading again a little bit. Not too much still. We didn't read any of As Good as Dead yesterday because I had a really bad migraine. We're not going to read any of As Good as Dead tonight because Sean forgot to bring it with us, and we are going to my parents to watch the Great British Bake Off. So tomorrow I have a day off, and hopefully you'll get some reading updates where we will actually have read some things that we can share. If I'm feeling well, we should finish As Good as Dead tomorrow. So stay tuned.
Hello, it's the last day of the vlog, and I've just got some lights. Got 2 sets of nice 5-bulb roses. It doesn't come as light bulbs, which is fine. I asked get some from work. That's fine. Hopefully have some nice lit videos for you guys.
Yeah, if you notice the past next two are going to be different, that's fine. Also, Sophia, say hi to Granny.
No.
No! Say hi to Internet. She's had heavy, so just remember Rose Ends today. Oh gosh, just got a text saying Rose End is on sale. Okay. Well, let's just be really quick. Right, bye. So we now have one less light and one big hole in our floor. So currently we have less lights than we started off this morning with, but we will have more. I hope everything will look good. It's a bit dusty, this connector up here. But what do you reckon? Flip it upside down and make a funky table desk light thing? See if I can jerry rig it and run off a battery pack or something bizarre. Make a cool reading lamp for Alyce. So, let me know down and below if you think that's a good idea or a silly idea. So, yeah. What do you think, guys?
Me.
I'm back again, and look, we have some lovely lights. So if I flick the switch, it will go from this to bright AF. 5 maybe slightly overkill, but I haven't put the little... Oops. I haven't put the little, what are they called? Lamp shades on. But now I will do this same thing to this this one over here. But yeah, I was going to show a picture to Alyce. Yeah, it's looking good. I know, Sophia, I know. Alright, so we have light bulbs here, but unfortunately, going from what was 2 3s to what is now 2 5s, we don't have any light bulbs because the spare light bulbs we've used in the butt out. We didn't have all the bulbs because some of the sockets weren't working, so you're going to have to get bulbs tomorrow because Alyce is too late in the day to get bulbs today, which is fun. But that's fine. At least we have working lights, which is lovely. Like, it's so lovely. It's like, genuinely feels like it's daytime. I love it. I love it so much.
Hello, vlog world. So, Alyce did an unboxing yesterday, and Ezra just found it. And guess what he found in there? He found the scissors.
I'm sorry.
That's on the floor now.
Oops. But in other news, we have gotten
Sorry.
better lighting. We've gotten over halfway through, as good as said, because I started late today.
We can't hide the fact that you're a midget and I'm a giant.
I hate you. I hate you.
No, we're both normal sized people.
We are both exactly the same size.
Yes.
But yes,
normal average size.
and what we thought was going on is exactly what happened. But then strange things that we weren't expecting happened, and now the entire second half of the book is taking a rapidly different turn, so it might become easier to get through it. However, it is the last day of the month, which means it's the last day of Bookoplathon and the last day of vlogging. So will we be able to read this much when I get home from work tonight? Probably not, but we are bloody going to try.
It's like Christmas. The day doesn't actually begin and end until you've been to sleep. So if we stay up and don't sleep, it's still the last day of September.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. If we finish this at like 4 in the morning, I'm still counting it. So, like, looks like we're going to be buying quite a few energy drinks today. I'm actually going to have one because I need to transfer lots of fans at my workplace. So I'm going to be playing with fans all
you're
day.
giving away our subscribers.
Yeah.
There are
Yeah. So we'll hopefully finish this tonight. Hardly read anything yesterday because I had a terrible migraine the whole day. I think we read like 30 pages. But we will finish this at some point. Hello, Ezra. Jeez Louise. It is now 11:30 on the final day of September. We have 170 pages of As Good As Dead left, and Sean is falling asleep on the floor. So it looks like we are not finishing this tonight after all. So Bookoplathon was a non-success. We managed to finish Girl Unframed by Deb Caletti, managed to finish Cinder by Marissa Meyer, and managed to finish... Oh, I can't even remember what other book we finished. That's how bad this month was. Something else? Or were we just meant to finish something else and we didn't? No, I finished T.I.G.E.R.S by M.A. Bennett. It's fine. I literally did that like a couple of days ago. That's how memorable that book was. Well...
That's the book 1 and 2 all over again.
It was book 1 and 2 all over again. So, I mean, technically I just reread books 1 and 2. It's fine. we've had a successful day in that Sean has installed a new light fixture in our house. You can see it glowing in my glasses. It's very beautiful. That's just going to be like a completely light blur for you. But it's beautiful, and we actually have like normal light in the house, so I'm not sleepy and I'm not ridiculously falling asleep early. So we might get more reading done next month. Who knows? But Bookoplathon did not go well. Because of how few books we have read, I've decided that we're going to actually combine this final vlog with the wrap-up for September. So, if you stay tuned for another minute or so, you will get to hear my thoughts on Cinder, Girl, Unframed and Tigers. And it won't take very long for me to share my thoughts on those with you, especially because I've already talked about them in the vlogs as I've read them. But we'll do like page counts and star breakdowns. It's going to be some uninteresting pie charts considering there's only 3 books on there, but October's a new month and it starts tomorrow, and hopefully it will go better than this did. So I'll pass you over to tomorrow's Alyce, and I'm going to go to bed. As past Alyce said, we did not read a lot this month. If you watch the reading vlogs along, you will also know this. We actually ended up reading 1,032 pages, which is about a 1/7 of what we normally read. And I'm not actually that mad about it because we were just having a bad time. Like, it wasn't very good books. We read a 2-star book, a 3-star book, and a 4-star book. So there was nothing terrible, but there wasn't really anything that inspiring either. I'll just give you some brief thoughts on each of them, in case you missed my thoughts earlier in the month. So the first book we finished this month was Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This is a Cinderella retelling in which Cinderella is a cyborg. She's been in a horrific accident when she was younger, and people have kind of rebuilt her to continue her life, and she is approached by the prince of her country, and he says, look, can you fix my robot, because she is a mechanic. And then chaos ensues. There's a plague, there's some death, there's some long lost secrets and hidden things that get revealed. Because it's so old, it's hard to call it stereotypical and cliched, because this was one of the things that started those tropes off. So reading it now, nearly 10 years after it came out, I found it very predictable. I knew exactly what was going to happen because I've seen those twists and turns done before, but they were still really good, still very enjoyable to read, and I will be carrying on with the rest of the series. I gave it 4 stars. I'm kind of thinking it should have been a 3 because it was a bit meh, but it's not really Cinder's fault that I read it so late. The second book that we finished this month was Girl, Unframed by Deb Caletti. This is a book about a girl who has had terrible things happen to her, and it's told retrospectively, so you are with this girl after these events have gone down, so there's lots of foreshadowing, but it made me think that something bigger was going to happen. I thought it was going to be a bit more dramatic, and when it actually came down to the ending, it fell a bit flat for me. It seemed, number one, very predictable. Number 2, not very impactful. I thought that the finished product could be a bit more like pack a punch. It didn't do that. It kind of tapered out, and that was a shame. A very slow build, very slow burn. If you like a mystery where it's almost not a mystery, then this will be one for you, because it does have mystery elements, but because you know it's being told after something's happened, there's like police evidence at the start of every single chapter. You know something bad's gone down, so there's not really that much of a surprise to it. But if you also like kind of feminist books that discuss the way that girls and women are viewed as objects by men, and that kind of possession of the female form, it's an interesting exploration of that. I just, again, think it could have been a bit more impactful. And the last book that we finished this month was Tigers by M.A. Bennett, which was literally books 1 and 2 of Stags again. So, Tigers was the one I gave 3 stars to. Girl Unframed was the one I gave 2 stars to.
Tigers gets 3 stars because it wasn't as bad as Dogs, which I gave 2 stars to, and it wasn't as good as Foxes, which I gave 4 stars to, but in reality this whole series should probably just take a shift, and Stags and Tigers should be 2 stars, Dogs should be a 1 star, and Foxes should be 3 stars, but I can't be bothered to rejig those ratings this many years after reading them. This is the 4th book in the Stags series. There's a secret society called the Stags. They take people who are not of their background, so like the lower classes, people of different ethnic backgrounds, people of different sexualities, to their houses. They pretend they want to be friends with them, and then they hunt, shoot and fish them. And Greer, in the first book, gets invited onto this weekend. She's like, oh yay, this is great, there's this guy, he's really hot, I'm gonna go to his house, we're gonna get on with it. And then he hunts, shoots and fishes her, and so she's a little bit pissed off, quite understandably, but then I can't really say what happens at the end of book 1 in case you haven't read book 1. It goes down, and then the second book just regurgitates it, and then the third book really builds on the lore of the world and really builds on the story and adds a lot more to the world of Stags. And then the 4th book just regurgitates the first 2 in the form of a diary that they're reading in India. So the Indian setting is interesting. The Indian setting is new and fresh. The regurgitated weekend at Longcross told through the diary is very repetitive. And also the fact that there is a twist. And this twist is foreshadowed at the end of book 3. And literally the sentence was said in book 3. And I thought, oh, that means that blah and blah are blah, blah. And that was exactly it. So I just wasted like nearly 300 pages of my life being like, oh, look, it's exactly what I thought it was. I didn't even need to read this installment because it's added nothing to the series. And somebody who is presumed dead. So they like, he died. They it was actually like a faked death thing. He's been off living in India and they bump into him and he's like, hey, I'm coming back to school after the weekend. How? You're dead. How are you thinking that you're just going to like swag back in and be like, lol, that whole thing where I died? Yeah, no, that wasn't real. The whole world thinks you are dead. You are like a huge famous figure and everybody thinks you're dead and you're just going to go back to school. I don't get it. So if I pick up book 5, which I definitely will because I'm trash and I'm going to continue reading these even though I hate them. I'm just hate reading them at this point. I just hate reading these. I'm sure that the next book is not going to really add anything to the story, but I really want to see how he gets away with that. How he's just like, yeah, lol, back from the dead. Let's see. So this was an extremely in-depth and detailed September wrap-up with many, many books. So I hope that you enjoyed the vlog and I hope that you enjoyed the wrap-up. I hope that you had a better Bookoplathon experience than I did because this month was shite. I've already read half this many pages in October and it's only the 2nd of October when we're filming this. So, looks like October might be a better month. Fingers crossed. If you like this video, please like it. If you'd like to subscribe, we would be super duper grateful. We post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. So we'll see you in a couple of days with another one. Bye!